Hello, Amusement Park Portal, and welcome to our November 26th blog. Now, it's been a while since we've done a blog. That's because we've been really busy here with the Hollow Weekends events at all the theme parks, and I was in the hospital for like a week. I'm fine. Still alive. So, a lot has happened. We're a little behind on the blogs. I apologize for that, just like I said, because of everything going on. So, let's get going. We're going to start out with IAPPA. Yes, that's right. IAPPA happened, and a lot of the parks revealed the new trains for the coasters coming out this year, and very impressive. I'm loving them. Of course, Holiday World with the Good Gravy. I think that one stole the show. It's awesome. Silver Dollar City, Six Flags Great Escape. There's been several overseas coasters, and of course, the star of the show was Cedar Point. Revealed their Top Thrill 2 coaster train, which, gotta admit, it looks pretty sharp. And also, worth mentioning, no seatbelts are on it. However, things can change with that. Cedar Point does like to add seatbelts to everything. I think that's a Cedar Fair thing. Their rides all across the board, they like seatbelts. I believe even the carousels had seatbelts, or still do. I don't know, but yeah. That's awesome. It's very open. It's got the lap bar. That's it. So I'm really anxious to hop on that ride. It looks like it's going to be ready by opening day. I mean, a lot of progress has been made. The tower is pretty much complete at this point. I think they got a couple little pieces going in at the top. Most of the painting is complete. That Banyan painting is there. They're doing a great job. Looks like Top Thrill Drakester's Tower is complete. The track and the supports are complete. They're doing some station painting right now and things of that nature, and working on the electronics. So Top Thrill 2 is coming right along. Let's hope they get all the bugs worked out before opening day, because, a ride of this size and magnitude, there's bound to be bugs and issues. So giving you a heads up now, just be patient. This is a huge ride. Absolutely huge. Zamperla is working on it. As you know, they were the manufacturers of the Wild Mouse coaster there at Cedar Point as well. So, which it seems like for the most part, they got all the bugs ironed out of that prototype mouse coaster as well. So, really exciting. Speaking of Cedar Point, Hollow Weekends. Let's look back on that real quick. What'd you think of it? Let me know in the comments down below how your experience was at Hollow Weekends this year. Now, before I get too deep into it, I just want to say we had a great time at Hollow Weekends this year. The shows were top-notch. The haunted houses were great. The fright zones were We had a great time. However, I have noticed a lot of cutbacks this year. Over the last couple years, actually. Like, we're a haunted house short. They closed Zombie High in the front, which is kind of weird that they wouldn't put something in there or keep Zombie High open. I don't know. Now, the haunted house, they did add a new haunted house this year up where I believe it was called Hexed in the front of the park. Now it's called Midnight, and Mr. Midnight himself is in there. And pretty cool haunted house. Probably my favorite haunted house currently now at the park. They did an excellent job with that. Good job, Cedar Point. The second best house we went through was Erie Estates. I don't know what it was this year, but the staff they had working in there, the scare actors, were just on par. They were doing a great job. They seemed to really be getting into it. Now, the storyline was not the same as last year. It was Paranormal Activity, but they didn't have like the pre-show like they had last year. And it was kind of loosely based on that. In the first couple rooms, they may mention that. But beyond that, you really don't see much, paranormal stuff going on in there. But excellent haunted house. Most improved haunted house. Now, the rest of the haunted houses in the park, however, and even the fright zones, were really tired this year. The fright zones, they were really lacking actors, I think. I think they were just short-staffed this year. The corn maze one, it was just very bland. I don't know how to describe. I think one of the problems with that one was they're just sending way too many people in together. It was just one solid, like a Congo line of people going through this thing. And the scare actors in there wasn't many. And they really didn't have a chance to scare anybody because once they pop out, everybody sees them. So, yeah. Now the shows, top notch. The murder mystery one is still one of my favorite ones in the back of the park. The Wake the Dead show. Excellent show. Different ending every time. We must have saw that show about a dozen times over the course of Halloween weekends. Really, really cool show. Now, the clown show in the new Clown Zone, that was good. It was pretty good. My only complaint was a little too short. I think they only did 3 or 4 songs, and then that was it. But very good nonetheless. The Fright Zone was good. However, I could have used more actors. And it was inconsistent. I noticed some nights they had a guy with a chainsaw running around in there. Most nights they didn't, which was really odd because the guy with the chainsaw was really getting the people good. So that was kind of a bummer. The Frontier Trail Fright Zone, I may have seen 1 or 2 actors in there. Other than that, they were non-existent. I chalked that up to staffing issues. And that. Now, they didn't have the Fear Fair this year either, so that's another cutback that they did. Then the Edgar Allan Poe show in the Glass Blowing Theater, that's always a good one. I highly recommend checking that one out if you haven't already. Definitely get there a little early. It's best to sit center front, right in front of where the electric chair is to get a good view of it. If you're all the way over on the one end, I guess if you're looking at the stage all the way over to the left, you're not going to see the show very well. So get there early to check that one out. But yeah, Halloween weekends. That's Cedar Point Halloween weekends this year. King's Dominion. Wow. And I think Carowinds is now doing it too. They're closing the park at a certain time, kicking everybody out or into a certain area of the park, and then making everybody scan back in again. I'm not sure I like that. It's kind of a hassle. If I'm in the park, like at Cedar Point, for example, we don't have to do that. And it's nice. It's kind of like a flawless seam into like just the normal day, and then Halloween weekends kind of starts up. It works out really well that way. It seems like a big hassle for everybody to have to leave and then come back in. And then we're hearing complaints of the fast lane not working or dining plans aren't working and this and that. So, yeah, I'm not sure what the thought process is behind that, but they must have a reason for it. Knott's Berry Farm, Montezuma's Revenge, still no word on that. I am hearing things that there's vendor issues with the coaster, and it may be on the rocks. I hope not. It's a classic Schwarzkopf coaster. I love it. I don't think there are anymore. There's an Arrow one in Frontier City, but I don't think there's another Schwarzkopf shuttle loop coaster in the country. Yeah, I know Niagara Adventure Park has got one. We're waiting for them to put up, but yeah, that's it. So I really hope they can get that figured out. They are building a new Camp Snoopy area with some new additions. However, progress in that is also stalled. I'm getting reports that there is no construction going on that. It's like they just pulled up stakes and stopped building. So I don't know what's going on with that. But the good news out of Knott's is Accelerator has reopened. Yes, Accelerator's reopened, so that's good news. I know that's been down for a minute, and people were getting a little concerned about that one too. Busch Gardens Williamsburg has confirmed rehab of the Loch Ness Monster. They're placing new sections of track in as we speak. They're going to add some special effects. It's going to have a soundtrack. The line is getting all rethemed, and I'm really excited about that one. That one, I enjoy that coaster. I think it's a great coaster, a very photogenic coaster, and that if you haven't been on it, check out our POV on our YouTube channel. Great one. We had a chance to visit Michigan Adventures Tricks or Treats event, their first one, the first annual. And impressive, very good. Now, this is geared towards families, so if you don't have kids and you're into the coasters, it might not really be for you. There's only a handful of coasters open. The kiddie coasters, Corkscrew, I think, is the only major coaster, that and a mouse coaster that are open. They have a train ride. They go back, you can pick a pumpkin and trick-or-treating. And that Coaster's Diner's open. All the kiddie rides are open. Bumper cars are open. Ferris wheels open. And they have a couple other spin and hurl rides open as well. We had a great time with our kids there. There was a lot for the kids to do. Very impressive. Like I said, if you're into the coasters, you're going to be a little disappointed. But beyond that, awesome event. They pulled it off. Did a really good job. All right, so the other day we were talking Disney. And a lot of people, including myself, are to the point where has it just become too complicated to book a Disney trip and expensive as well? I mean, we went, last December. We went for 10 days. And after I looked at all the receipts and that for us, we spent over $6,000 at Disney for one vacation for 10 days. And that was just basically our hotel room, our tickets, food. And I didn't even count the souvenirs in there. We didn't buy a whole lot, but I didn't even count that in there. Outrageous. I love Disney. I really do. And I want to get back there someday, but not at those prices. That's just, for $6,000, I could fly overseas to Europe or something like that and go on a whole string of parks over there and still have money in my pocket. But beyond that, it's just getting a little too complicated. You have to reserve everything ahead of time. You have to book things ahead of time, skip the line things ahead of time. You know, we're talking months in advance. If you don't make dining reservations months in advance, you're not getting into a lot of the more popular restaurants. So tell me, what do you think? I mean, do you agree? Is it getting just a little too expensive and complicated to go to Disney? I'm hearing a lot of that. Cedar Fair has ended year-round operations at King's Dominion, California's Great America, and Carowinds. Apparently it didn't work out so well. Kind of bummed about that. A lot of people I know did go to that, but I hear a lot of the complaints were not a lot was open, which is understandable. It's the off-season, and the parks only have so many days to rehab the rides and get them back open again for the spring. So it is a bummer. I admit, especially for parks further south like Carowinds that have more favorable weather than the northern parks. That's a real big bummer for them. And I hope that maybe they can revisit that in the future and kind of get something worked out where more attractions are open or whatnot. So speaking of down south, Epic Universe is coming along magnificently. It's looking like a theme park. It's starting to. There's signs here and there. I mean, the facades of a lot of the buildings are coming together. The hotels are getting built. Nintendo is starting to take shape, getting some theming in there, looking awesome. Classic Monsters is looking good. How to Train Your Dragon. The whole park's starting to look great. I can't wait for that one to open to get down there to check it out. All right. Six Flags recently opened several of those, I guess, rookie racer, like racing kids coasters. I'm hearing nothing but positive things about them. I'm hearing they're great. They're a lot of fun for families. And the lighting packages on those are awesome. So, yeah. And speaking of Six Flags, we did put a video out. We all heard about the merger with Cedar Fair. Wow, huge news. Huge news. I think it's going to be good for both parks. Don't expect, DC and Looney Tunes to invade all the Cedar Fair parks. Don't expect them to rename all the rides, Batman and all that. I think people are overreacting with a lot of that. We do have a video out about that on YouTube, so check that out. It gets more in detail than what I'm getting into in this blog. But I'm happy with it. I think it benefits Six Flags a little more than Cedar Fair, but either way, that chain is now one big chain, and their catalog of parks is awesome. If you have a season pass for that, awesome too. So, other news, SeaWorld San Antonio, Catapult Falls, will not open until 2024. They've been having some issues with that. I don't know what issues they're having, but again, I don't get why these parks are trying to build these overcomplicated log rides or water rides. Just build a log ride. That's fun. We don't need launches. We don't need electronic brakes and this and that. Just build a traditional fun log flume, and you're not going to have the problems like you're having this. Just ask Cedar Point with Shoot the Rapids and that. It's overcomplicated. Okay, let's go on to Busch Garden Tampa. It's open Phoenix Rising in 2024. That's replacing the Phoenix swinging boat ride and the Sand Serpent mouse coaster, and I believe a couple of the kids rides as well. That's going to be a fun one. It's going to feature a top speed of 44 miles an hour, 1,831 feet of track, and it's made by B&M, which has really dipped its feet into the family coasters this year, as they're also doing Penguin Trek at SeaWorld Orlando, which is also launching in 2024. At the end of the attraction, you'll have a walkthrough of the Penguin exhibit, kind of like you did before with the Dark Ride. So 2 attractions right there I'm really looking forward to. Six Flags Great America has announced 2 more attractions will be leaving the park: Mardi Gras Hangover and Revolution. I don't think it's a big surprise that Revolution's leaving with the new pendulum ride going in there. There's no need for 2 of them. I think they essentially do the same thing, both of them. But however, Mardi Gras Hangover is kind of a surprise. That's a newer ride. Didn't they just add that like maybe 5 years ago, something like that? Maybe less, but wow. Other news is Demon did finally reopen for their Halloween event there, minus the rock work. I'm not sure if they're replacing the rock work. I've been told they are, but that's not confirmed. So Demon is reopened. Roller Coaster Tycoon is releasing Roller Coaster Adventures Deluxe video game for Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch. So that's exciting news there if you're a Roller Coaster Tycoon fan. Dollywood's Lightning Rod is now closed. They're totally redoing the lift hill. They're putting a traditional lift hill in there, getting rid of the like launched fast lift hill. Honestly, they've had nothing but problems with that since it opened, and I can't blame them. I've personally never been on the ride. I've been there like several times since it's opened. Every single time I'm there, it's down for one reason or another. So maybe I'll get lucky enough and get to ride it, but I am bummed I didn't get a chance to ride it with the launched lift hill to see the difference between the two. So Iron Menace at Dorney Park is rising fast. I've posted some of it on our Facebook page. Yeah, the track work is progressing. It looks like they have the brake run in place, and part of the station is one. I think they may be working on the transfer track area as well right now. So that's coming along really, really fast, and really excited to get out there and to Dorney Park again and ride that one. So another news, I think it's called American Heritage. It's a proposed theme park going in South Dakota, has been proposed to open in 2026. It's going to have different phases: a theme park, an indoor water park, a hotel, and I believe a campground as well. That's in South Dakota, kind of right there where they do the Sturgis motorcycle rally, the Black Hills area, kind of in that area there. So that'll be interesting to see as well. So hearing news out of Six Flags that they're charging a 99-cent surcharge now for all purchases, food and souvenirs. I'm hearing it from more people, but I haven't had any confirmation yet on that. If you have firsthand knowledge of that, let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, that's crazy. I know Busch Gardens tried a similar thing. They had like I can't remember how much it was now. It was like a $2 or $5 fee or something like that. Something ridiculous. They're charging an added fee onto the cost of food and all that. Now I am told if you have the dining plan, you are excluded from that. So wow, yeah, that's kind of crazy. Be starting that at the end of the year like that, and just kind of, I mean, that just doesn't look good. I mean, if you were just to roll that cost into the overall price of the food, many people probably wouldn't even notice, but you put it out there like that, and it just doesn't look good to me. Again, let me know in the comments what you think of that. So, all right, that's all I got for you right now. We're going to try to get another blog out to you soon. I want to try to do one every couple weeks, 3 weeks at most, on here to keep you guys informed. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out. We like to keep everything free. I don't like to put ads on anything and all that, but however, by more people that like our YouTube channel, we start getting some of the ad revenue, and it helps us out to get new equipment, like new cameras. We're looking at microphones and things like that to improve the content. So I really appreciate, share the content, like it, thumbs up it, do that. Help us out. We really, really appreciate it. We've seen a slight uptick in new members lately, and I promise you, we're not going to throw crap videos on there like, oh, Six Flags is dead, or, you know, just this false crap that gets clicks. I'm not about that. I'm not looking for fake clicks. I want to bring you guys some material and content with meaning that's not just a bunch of like crap, you know. I mean, you know, I don't like clicking on stuff like that, watching a 10-minute long video about nonsense, and at the end, oh, this is just my opinion, you know. No, I'm not going to do that to you. So, but that's all we have for you this week. I appreciate you watching. Like I said, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching.